Okay, so you're a Rails shop, you're all in the cloud, you're using a lot of different Amazon services, and you mentioned that you had a lot of different sort of data components or data services that you're using. Tell us, like for those of our audience who don't know, tell us a little bit about the differences between the AWS data options.
Right. So we use a lot of our data. We use just a regular SQL type of store because it's quick to access. We can query across it, things like that. So we have a concept of a retailer with a campaign and the offers that they're trying to give out to their customers. We use MySQL or the SQL data store to store all that kind of information. Okay. But then we also have a really large number of user objects. So not only do we have to deal with scaling, we'll only have a certain number of clients that are giving our offers, fairly small, but the number of consumers that are redeeming these offers is magnitudes larger. So we have a lot more objects in that space, and it needs to be global data store. So we want to have just one database of users across the whole world, rather than partitioning out. We can partition out some of our enterprise clients onto different servers or things like that. So for our user store, we're actually using SimpleDB to store some of the fast user data. And then we're also using offline storage because part of our process is a user, Facebook connects with us and gives us their data, such as likes, that we can use to predict what other offers they would be interested in from us. And we're also just trying to understand the shopping habits of these users according to their social data. So that data is actually quite large. We could use a blob store in SQL to store it, but it makes more sense to we don't need it to be served up. It's just purely for offline processing. So we actually write it out to S3 to disk. Okay.
Can you give me a quick use case on both sides of that fence? Like, what's an example of a type of data that you're using in real time, and what's an example of a type of data that you're interested in more batch mode?
In real time, we maybe just want to know how many friends you have and how many likes you have in aggregate. So I'd just store an integer to say how many friends and how many likes you have. Offline mode, a lot of our retailers are interested in what are the top likes of our users. So we have to actually go in and store individual users, and even to the granularity of what's the most popular in the retail category versus the music category.
Okay, interesting.